think that's an interesting thing.
This one piece will make 52 layers.
Watch on mobile devices or the big screen, all for free. No subscription required. Download Veely now.
September 11th was a beautiful day.
I got to work and I was working my normal day.
I was asleep.
I was eating my cereal.
And I was walking just down Fifth Avenue.
I was standing there on the corner of 3rd Street and 1st Avenue.
I could hear the sound of a jet coming down. It sounded like a jet falling.
We could almost count the rivets on the underbelly of the fuselage.
There was an explosion. My hands were shaking like crazy. I live about a block from the Hudson River. I guess you could say the World Trade Center was my neighbor.
Minutes ago, I was walking down Chambers Street. I saw the plane from the sky pass right into it. I've been living in Tribeca since 1986. And it really is my hometown.
What happened? I live in Brooklyn, and that's my view. Seeing it through the camera, it just didn't register. I mean, it just wasn't sinking in. I saw the plane come into my viewfinder.
Holy shit!
Holy shit!
Oh my God. That was the other building, wasn't it?
I couldn't tell.
As soon as the second plane went in, it was certain this is deliberate. I was all alone up on the roof, but I didn't feel alone. I felt that every single person all around me downtown was with me. We were all together in this.
The police want everybody off the roof. Hurry up, because there's been another explosion. Everybody out of the building, everybody evacuate the building. Should we wait for that guy? This is terror. This got to be a terrorist.
You think it is?
Sure, yeah.
The plane
The two
empty.
planes, one right there.
There were two?
Another one just hit it.
Yeah, two
I did not know that.
It's another aircraft hit it.
I'm here. Apparently a second airplane hit the Trade Center. They are evacuating our building. The police has asked all of us to get out of these tall buildings. So this is my last recording here at River Terrace. They're evacuating the whole building?
It's bad because our building is really high.
Yeah. Was it? Was it British Airways?
It was a commercial airline.
Yeah, I saw that one. But a second one hit too.
Someone said it was the British Airways hit the Second World Trade right in the middle.
You're kidding. All of these tall buildings are being evacuated. The smell of burning wire and metal is unbelievable. It looks as if there's people hanging from the windows.
There was debris flying after the second one came in. All the papers were glistening. The whole sky was sparkling. They flew like way deep into Brooklyn. It became even more real whenever I actually picked up the papers. It was like This came from over there.
As a professional camera person, my instincts is get the shot, so I went to get the shot. All of a sudden I realized that what I was seeing coming out of the building was not debris falling, that it was people. I had no interest in shooting that footage. If a family member or a child or a friend even thinks that person could be the person, then they know that's not something they want to see.
Standing around. We got the extra team. If you're getting some of nerve gas. Folks, listen, come on. Sorry, keep moving, all right?
What's going on? It's gonna fall.
What's going on? It's gonna explode.
Jesus Christ.
I had never seen anything like this smoke wave. As you remember the newscasts, people running from the smoke coming through the streets, well, that was me. I was saying to myself, this is the end. New York is gone. That's it. This place is going to be a ghost town.
Something else happens, you got concrete around you, you got concrete above you. This is not a target building. There's no federal in here, there's no big offices in here. It's not a target building, you're safe in here. A water machine, something, get some of these people water.
Yeah, here's one of the guys who can tell you I'm okay, all right? Here, hold on. You want to call your mother or something?
You gotta get back from here. You know that. You gotta get back.
All right. Don't worry about me. You need to make calls right now. All right, let's go. Here, I got it. Use this card, man.
And a large plume of black smoke going up here on West Broadway and Chambers Street.
I have an inner sense of where my line of safety is. And I thought that I still had a couple more seconds to stay there.
Oh my God, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Look at the shadow of death.
Oh my Thank you.
When I went outside, it was covered with ash. And God only knows what that ash is made out of.
He just got to get out. I'm getting him out of here. He was in the collapse. He got buried.
It's like zombies. You see these people walking just covered, head to foot, in dust.
I was in a 22nd floor, one World Trade Center. We have to make sure that the people are out also. Almost all the people were out. But after the second blast, everything was so dark. We decided we have to go out. And I was waiting outside to make sure that our team workers are okay.
Did you already go in?
What?
Did you go in?
I was there, yeah.
Are you going back?
My job.
Good luck.
For God's sake.
Bye. Where did you get all this? You're more than welcome.
Somebody help him up. All right. Easy.
1, 2, 3.
All right?
I don't know. I got off from the subway. It all filled with smoke, and they let us out. It is. You can't even see outside. It's just everything is filled with smoke. It was. But anyway, I'm in a building lobby that's filled with smoke. But at least there's. What? You can't walk. I can't see anything to walk. Did the Trade Center collapse?
So if it wasn't because that store man over here that found me, I gave up.
Yeah.
I gave up. The dust is so thick you can't see. You can't breathe, so you just give up.
Don't walk this way, guys.
We want to go to the bridge, no?
What, the bridge? Brooklyn Bridge? You want to walk the Brooklyn Bridge? Go down as far as you can and then go across.
What's over here?
All right? We'll lock up everything. Don't worry about it. Be careful. Be safe, all right?
You could walk across the Brooklyn Bridge. If you want to go to Brooklyn.
Swim. You want to take the bridge?
Yeah. Stay out of Manhattan.
It was a huge exodus. Everybody was so shocked. Most people didn't even talk.
Nothing's safe anymore. Well, I think there's like 30,000 workers in each. Not to mention the rescue workers who were already there after the first plane and all the people around it. Oh, I'll tell you, if the people in the Middle East think this is going to help their view, they're wrong.
Yeah, you tell them.
They're wrong. We're coming to get you in Baghdad. We're coming to get you in Afghanistan. We're coming to get you.
He was just acting spontaneously out of anger, out of frustration, out of fear, sheer fear.
Draw a line here and show these people back to life.
Stay behind the lines, please.
Block. Over the move.
Come on, go. Go.
Everybody just flocked to the radio and it was dead silence. Everybody was just listening to the news reports and watching the images of the towers burning.
We are now getting a report from that American Airlines says that one of its flights is down, or at least they've lost contact.
1010 Wins News now has learned that Mayor Giuliani has something to say.
We're going to be moving a large number of ambulances and emergency personnel in and out of there all day. I've talked to the governor. He is putting the National Guard.
It's tough. This is beyond. You know, we can handle just about everything. This is beyond. They were trying to put the fire out down there with towel ladders, but
When it was on the 4th floor, we were trying to...
well, we got all kinds of water problems. The two trade buildings took out the mains. There's no way to put the fire out.
This is rush hour, completely empty. All cars have stopped.
I went out about 9 o'clock at night. There were police barricades everywhere. This is a street that I walked down many times. The firefighters had looks on their faces like they had seen something pretty horrific.
So what? Thousands of people buried down there. A couple hundred firemen, a couple hundred cops.
See that right there? That was the World Trade Center, straight up. This is 5 and 7, I don't know where it is.
I remember I was shooting a group of firemen heading down there, and obviously they had been there.
Take care, guys.
It was clear they knew where they were going.
On September 12th, the next day, I went to Washington Square Park. I saw people just forming this huge circle around the fountain. Nobody had decided to do that. People were just holding hands, speechless, saying nothing. You knew what happened and you acknowledged it. There were a couple of times where I captured some people who were just singing.
On September 12th, I went to the river where the most incredible thing out of this tragedy happened was Point Thank You, right on the Hudson River. And it was there that a whole bunch of people assembled to cheer on the rescue workers and the firemen and the cops and everyone else who were traveling back and forth between Ground Zero and Chelsea Piers, which was their base of operations. I'd say the feeling was very patriotic that evening. but more so of New Yorkers coming together.
If I would come across someone who might have been Muslim or Indian or anyone who really wasn't white, it was just an immediate sense of panic from them that they were going to be mislabeled.
I love America, man.
He immediately thought I was filming him just because he was an ethnic man, and he immediately got afraid.
I'm from India, man. I'm a best friend of America. I'm from India. He's always best friend of America.
On September 12th, it was pretty quiet. I was looking for comfort, something that I could use to think that it's okay to be in New York after all.
Thank you.
I think that people were tired from watching the news all day, and they thought, well, I gotta go and find somebody that can give me some hope.
Arabs around the world feel like they are disrespected also. And we treat them like second-class citizens. We have stereotypes of them, and we are, even now, American brothers and sisters are going into places where Muslims live and firing off weapons and pulling people, hardworking people out of taxi cabs. We don't have the right to do that. We also have to do some reflection.
If New Yorkers are taking it with such strength, I mean, I only could draw comfort from that. And they came out to a park to do that.
The second day I was there, I just walked through my bicycle, my camera. The combination of no lights and no humans makes any city spooky, but especially New York. I do have a friend that has an apartment a block away from the Twin Towers. And then I end up going upstairs and filming. You had the smoke rising, and then you see the remaining skeletons of the Twin Towers. Reminded me very much like the Colosseum, you know, it was like the ancient Colosseum, you know, just a skeleton of it, and just such a statement. I think as close as New York has ever been to a nuclear disaster.
On Thursday, I went down to Lexington Avenue and 26th Street, which is where the Armory is, where families were going to try to find information about their loved ones who were in the tower. So it was sort of a focal point for a few days of grieving. At the time, we were starting to see all the posters with photographs and names and phone numbers that became a wallpaper of New York City for about a week, 2 weeks after. There was a lot of hope. A lot of hope.
Wesley is a 25-year veteran of the Army, and because he was the security officer, security vice president for Morgan Stanley, I know that he was one of the last people to try to get out of the building because he got most of his employees out. They have called me and have been calling to see if he made it home all day Tuesday.
I was glad for the hope. It also made me sad. For me, that was really where I began to feel, through these individuals, the enormity of what was going on. There was a feeling in the crowd that people were glad that Bill Clinton was there. This was still 2 days later, just 2 days. But there's a need to see someone with that stature out on the street.
Mr. Clinton, should we invade Afghanistan?
We should wait till the president tells us what the investigation says, and then what should be done. We should deal with
As an industrial designer, I was like, wow, how can I help? How can I serve my country? What can I do to help? What can I design? But then my girlfriend's a pastry chef. Done! 2 days afterwards, we made a cake to donate and to sort of show our support. At Pier 40, they sort of established a great network of support of packing goods, unpacking goods, setting it up, getting it ready to give to people to go down to the World Trade Center. Before we knew it, we had spent 2 hours working, helping, cleaning, organizing this area, and it felt like 5 minutes. Just to give of ourselves in the smallest way. It really felt good to do something like that.
Keep the area clear.
Need food, clothing, medical supplies.
In the southern corner of Union Square, there was this tremendous beehive of activity of people yelling out.
Anyone looking to make a donation, step right here, please.
Everybody wanted to do something.
Hot food and cold food, separate. Toiletries, toothbrush, toothpaste, deodorant, soap, medical supplies. Wonderful. Batteries. Please, we're all set. Thank you so much.
The thing that hit me the most, as a long-standing New Yorker, you don't see this behavior a lot. What people were willing to do and willing to bring and everybody just saying, how can I help?
Flashlights and batteries. Toiletries.
Who's taking the town?
We're pulling them random cars.
FedEx truck just pulled up, filled up, went off.
Pick it up. You got a van?
Yeah.
Okay, great. We have a truck. Yee! We have a truck here. 34th and 12th.
I think New York showed its true colors that week in a way that hopefully it will never have to again, but has made this city much stronger.
A woman wrote on the ground, "The American flag propagates violence."
This is charged. We can get rid of this. Yeah, it's just charged. It's not that, you know,
right there.
It's not that bad. It's just charged.
There goes the First Amendment of the United States.
Yeah, but you know what? If you're in the United States, you don't talk like this. Now, if you don't like the United States, you go home.
That was the part where I witnessed an hour-long confrontation in the middle of Union Square between the peoples of New York.
I want the threat to be neutralized. And if that means erasing them off the face of the globe so my family can be safe, that's what I want done.
I don't like to wait until the Gulf War, until the bombs are going, and then it's too late. And then it's too late to stand with candles and say, we don't like to have a war. It's time
War
now
will
to
always
talk.
be with us. There are military targets and there are not military targets. That is not a military target.
We're defending an ideal that is better than bombing against bombing against bombing against bombing.
We are the most perfect nation that's ever been created, as flawed as we are, and I'll be damned if I'm going to stand by and let people bomb us.
Then get out of the country. That's not life. Get out of the country.
This European pantheism is got to go. It's got to go.
Right, but the Bible says if you get a slam on one cheek, give your other cheek.
God gave us this country. I will stand to my death and defend it.
God didn't give you anything, okay? He didn't say the United States is yours. Because you know what? There were people here before. God has nothing to do with it.
And that's exactly how the Antichrist is going to rise.
I'm not going to fault anyone for what they said that day or for how long they fought for, because it was really just the frustration of being attacked, feeling unsafe, being unsure, your city being compromised, your life being compromised. Because it was emotion. It was just raw, gutted emotion.
And I want you all to fucking stop and shut the fuck up right now. I'm a local 580 Lion worker. I was down there in the first 2 days, and I want to shut silence. I will. I was pulling body parts.
So was I on the first night.
Then what are we arguing about?
I don't know. We're arguing. We're trying to.
You came here and told everyone to shut up.
Chill.
I don't know. I am in fucking pain because I have never seen heads, body parts, and anything like that.
We can't act out in pain.
Then what is one side arguing with the other? Let it be to our leaders.
Exchanging ideas.
Listen,
we have to exchange ideas.
You can't fight amongst yourselves.
I'm not trying to fight. I don't know how to process this.
None of us do. We all have so much rage inside of us. And what do we do with it? What do we do with it?
We want to prevent this in the future.
Perpetrate the rage. We have to work through the rage.
I'm sorry. I don't want to hurt anybody.
I know. But what do we do with it? I don't know. There's so much emotion. It needs to be channeled somewhere. Or we're all going to kill each other. I mean, it's true.
Why don't we stop arguing and start reflecting? That's what this park is about.
No, we're arguing and then we're hugging. See? Argue, hug.
At night, I went to Jersey City. The candle lighting on the Hudson River. I don't know how many people was there, 300 people, 500 people, in a little spot just to see what's happening there. It was so beautiful. What's that for?
To
to the dogs in the building.
The people in the building, yeah. Hold it up. Good boy.
On the 15th, there was no easy place to walk once you got in there. You had to climb over window frames to get outside. With that destruction, the likelihood of pulling somebody out there alive is going to be slim. You never said that. You never said it to your friends, to your partners, to a civilian. You never said it. There was a golden rule, and we were told this before we entered the building. They said that if you find a New York firefighter or a New York police officer, you don't touch the body, you don't move it. You stay with the body, you call one of the command staff, they come over, and New York City firefighters remove their own. That's the golden rule. A lot of anger in the firefighters. The anger was, why did this happen? We did our normal job. We came to work at 7 a.m. like we normally do. Why are we the ones losing 343 firefighters? Why are we the ones that, you know, our friends and family aren't going to come home?
This is my apartment, and this is the dust in my apartment.
Even if a tiny bit of one person was in a part of that dust, it was sacred. I still have it. One block up from where I lived, the wreckage of trucks and cars were sitting. Each one was like a little shrine.
We're feeding all the workers, the cops, everybody. Well over 1,000 hamburgers, hot dogs, ribs, chicken. Anybody that's coming by, we're feeding.
Okay, here you are.
All right, thank you.
Well, just toss some napkins, and you want another water? You
No,
sure?
no, no.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Thank you.
You guys want some burgers and hot dogs? Get those burgers and hot dogs.
Take a burger. Right here. Hamburger.
Water, anyone else? Guys, water?
Mike, take care, buddy. We got all the water. Thank you, guys. Thanks.
We didn't have any rain gear. I didn't have any all day. Somebody gave me some stuff at the end of the day to keep dry with.
The firemen in particular were the hardest ones to talk to because they knew more than any of us who were civilians how bad it was.
60 and 80-foot steel beams they're like missiles. They sink 30 and 40 feet into the earth. It's unbelievable. There's going to have to be an international set of 10 commandments by which if you break it and your head comes up, then you lose it. And this is the rules that all of us are going to have to live by. We're going to end up being one world or we're going to fucking go down. We're going to go down.
At some point I was interested in seeing this through eyes of children. I think they really wear everything right there on their faces.
What does this one? This one goes here.
And there was a young boy and his father, so I asked them. I asked them if they wanted to comment on what's going on or would they care to say anything.
I think it's really horrible, that thousands of people just ended, suddenly ended, and that fuels anger and hatred, and I'm about to cry now, but I'm just, very sad and angry that this happened, and so many people had to die,
They didn't have to die, right?
They didn't have to die. I mean, there's no need for this.
When he started talking, I was very surprised how fluent he was and how well-spoken he was, and I knew when I was filming it that I was filming something special.
You can just say goodbye to the world, because one nuke gets fired, then everybody else breaks nuclear treaties, and then, it's like a quote from Albert Einstein, who, was talking about, what I used to say to my old friends about how humans will destroy. He said the First World War was fought in the trenches, the Second World War was fought in the air. I don't know how the Third World War will be fought, but the Fourth World War will be fought using stones, clubs, and bows and arrows. Just saying how, we'll probably, it's very scary to think nukes in the wrong hands like Osama bin Laden or Saddam Hussein, It's just very scary.
Community board members and officials, the people with pertinent information over here.
There was a community meeting of residents that I had to attend, and since I was attending it, I shot that.
We're going to give you information of what we can, and then we're going to break up into groups. There'll be plenty of time.
When I was leaving, there was a small parade of young people who were volunteering in an organization that was involved with cleaning up. Everybody had been through a tremendously traumatizing event, and they had very strong feelings and opinions, and they needed to express them. And so all kinds of things were happening, and one of the first things I saw was this parade. Maybe that was the beginning when people decided they were ready to live again.
Yeah, help yourself as many as you want.
Yeah, take as many as you want.
Don't worry about it. Just take as many as you
don't
want.
worry about it.
Yeah,
Take as many as you need.
Policeman, are you kidding me? Take the whole box.
Yeah, you take the whole box. Come on, you guys are doing an incredible job.
Thank you.
I came and got some, man. I went back to the precinct to pick up some paperwork, and everybody was
Yeah.
like, "Where'd you get the ribbons from?" I was like, right. I'll be back
That's
with
so
some more
cool. Our
ribbons.
ribbons are like at the precinct. How great is that?
Everybody went nuts.
They're made by the Columbia Business School. Yeah, Columbia Business School.
Thank you.
Yeah,
We
they
thank
stop
the
all
Columbia
night.
Business School. Absolutely. All right, thanks, guys.
No problem.
All right.
Keep up the good work.
Okay, take care.
I've never felt like I've loved the city so much as like when you see it start falling apart.
On Monday, I took my video camera and I went to the Wall Street area.
I believe we should go back to work, even though today nobody's really doing much business. Everybody's just really trying to get back to the way things were. Like right now, the business is dead. There's no phones, so it's kind of hard.
Military people clearly had their instructions. They weren't going to let anybody through, and they didn't. And nobody even tried to get through.
Can I get through? We gotta hold it up a minute. Come on, come on. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. I'm sorry. This block is packed. We need you to move on. Sir, with the camera. I asked you to move on.
That military presence on the Wall Street area was very threatening. I didn't feel reassured at all. In your hometown, having military, guarding streets and preventing you from walking freely to where you're going, very scary.
You may die tonight before the day's over with. I want to beg you, I want to plead with you, I want to ask you to accept the Lord Jesus Christ as your Savior. I want to ask you if you'd bow down and ask Him to save you. Slow down.
The smell was everywhere. You could probably scoop it with a spoon. It was so thick.
In the distance, I could see my apartment building still standing. We weren't sure if it was damaged or if it had burned. Nobody knew. Do you see any blown windows? I think we're okay. I was able to go back to my apartment for a few minutes. That is the remains of the Trade Center. These great towers still smoldering just right outside my living room. I was standing virtually in the same spot that I was shooting from that morning of September 11th. That shell is all that's left. That fire burned for weeks, and weeks and weeks. This apartment building right over here, a lot of people have vacated already and aren't ever coming back. I struggle with the idea of staying just 4 blocks from, one of the world's greatest disasters. But it's my home. I can't turn my back on New York. In a crazy way, I think 9/11 enhanced all the good qualities of New Yorkers and New York.
There was a mood for every day. It was almost a change that was so visible.
As horrible and as awful as it was, you could look at a stranger in the eye and know they were feeling the same pain, the same anguish that you were. And there's something pretty amazing about that.
I don't think I could live anyplace else. I mean, even after all this happening, I don't think I want to live anywhere else but here.